Which, of
Um,
course, means it's a perfect moment for my brother to walk into the room and then probably right out again.
okay.
Oh, no, it looks like he's sitting down to play Halo 5. Okay, so if you hear any random gunshot noises or whatever, I'm not being attacked or swatted or anything. My brother's playing Halo 5 in the background.
Uh,
He-
um,
he's,
he-
he's got headphones on, so don't
hey
worry about it. I'm
everybody.
joking.
Anyway, hey everyone. Welcome back to the Pokemon HeartGold live stream. We've got Lewis and Ryan with us today. John and Catherine said that they would be here later. Anyway, if you remember from last time in between cuts, we finally got the Lapras, which took like an hour and a half just to get this one motherfucker. So, that was a pain in the ass. We also switched up our team a little bit, and we've got Hitchcock the Bird taking place for our Drowsy. So, yeah, today we are going to try to get to Cianwood City, and yeah, that's the main goal. Beat the gym leader there, and probably explore all the way up to the what's it called, Safari Zone, because those were new areas added for the for the remake. Because normally you couldn't go west of Cianwood at all. So this is new stuff, and I'm gonna be teaching Hitchcock Shadow Ball because she doesn't know any other moves that are good. So yeah, okay, there we go.
No.
Oh yeah, I was lazy, so I'm reusing fan art. It's still great, by the way. But I didn't have time to find new ones, so awesome. Okay, so let's go. In other Pokemon news, though, Pokken came out today, and I've been playing that a decent bit, and I'm having fun. I've only really played Chandelure and like 2 matches of Brazian, but I'm having a lot of fun with the game so far. So far it has my seal of approval. Ryan, did you get it, or did you just watch the footage on YouTube?
I just watched footage on it. I don't really have too much interest in getting it, because I figured the only time I'll ever be playing it is if it's like with you guys.
I can see
and
that.
then one of us will bring a copy.
Yeah. Yeah, we can bring a copy
question
to.
about Pokken Tournament. Oh, question about Pokken Tournament. How much like Tekken is it actually gameplay wise?
In terms of controls, not very much like Tekken at all. The big thing about Pokken is that battles are both 3D and 2D, and that look, it's Youngster Joey.
What?
Sorry.
3D
Is playable?
No, Youngster Joey called us because he's a lonely fuck. No, battles in Pokken are both 3D and 2D. They start off in 3D, and landing certain attacks switches it from what the game calls the field phase, which is the 3D section, to the duel phase, which is a 2D section more similar to your traditional fighting game. And so, in terms of control, it's not exactly like Smash Brothers, but that's the closest thing I can. It's kind of like a combination of Smash Brothers and Tekken, I would say, because there's like high attacks, low attacks, medium attacks. But instead of having like many specific combos, everything's a little bit more simplified. It's fun though. I'm enjoying it. My biggest complaint so far is that the roster is tiny. There's like 14 playable characters. So that
2
is
freaking
wow,
Pikachus.
yeah, 2 Pikachus and 2.
That's worse than Street Fighter.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Um,
There's Pikachu, another Pikachu, Mewtwo, another Mewtwo, Garchomp, Lucario, Brazian, Machamp, Gengar, Chandelure, Suicune. Probably about 15 Pokemon total. So it's tiny. That's the biggest thing. And with how many goddamn Pokemon there are, you think that they could get like 25 easy. But whatever. But the core gameplay is fun, and I'm enjoying it. So that's the most important thing. We have a
We
donation.
have a donation from Shadow Sonic 1231. I missed the last 2 streams due to a fucked up sleep schedule. Now it's fixed. Please, we'll beat out that Nintendo-thon yet. My apologies for missing the streams, but it's good to be back.
Thank you, dude. Speaking of the Nintendo-thon, these are not charity streams, so we appreciate donations, but they aren't going to anything like good. They're going to us. So Please keep that
Actually,
in mind.
that's good.
And as you all know, we're evil overlords of the internet, plotting to take over the world.
Basically. Yeah, okay. Is there anything we really need, in the, oh yeah, we needed healing items. Okay, I'm gonna go grab those before we go surfing.
I hope you guys, you are having better luck than me, Ted. After losing a total of 22 Pokemon, I lost to Karen's Houndoom. What do you guys think about the new erotic VN character for Mario Maker? What?
There's,
What?
that anime character that they're adding is a VR, an erotic, visual novel character?
What anime character?
She's
They're
got,
adding a few, actually.
I'd have to look it up. But
Remember
it's,
anything about them?
I think it's from the same franchise as that other anime character that got added already. I'm almost positive that they've got blue hair.
No, I don't know what anime character has been added already. I don't follow Mario Maker.
Some of the event stuff has been just flat out bizarre for Mario Maker. So
Although now that I think about it, Nitro Plus did just release a fighting game, sort of like Fighting Climax and all the other anime fighters. It seems to be like the new hotness right now in Japan is releasing anime character fighters. Nitro Plus, for those of you who don't know, I've heard of some of the things that they're involved in, but the most famous one is probably Super Sonico, who we in America probably only really know as the subject of many a body pillow and statue with removable.
Yeah, there's another
clothing
one
and,
coming out with like Saber from Fate Stay and Saya from Song of Sight.
what is that anime bad or
No, it's a visual novel and just it's very trying to think of how to put this.
bad?
No, it's kind of Cthulhu-ish.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
it's mindfucking.
Disturbing
Got it.
is the word you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, now since I forgot to teach Gordy surf. All right, we're going to go surfing. Now, I should let you guys know that
Did you fight Morty yet?
yeah, we beat Morty last time.
All right.
I should let you guys know that we can't actually catch a Pokemon on this route because I used this Pokemon's this route to catch the Krabby we caught last time. So, yeah. Japanese names with your donation.
Yeah.
Thank you. 2 questions, Ted. 1, why you no get Eevee? Because 1, I don't remember where the Eevee is, and 2, I kind of feel like it goes against the spirit of the Nuzlocke to use it. And the other one was, which is worse, Dark Pit or Luchador Pikachu? I would probably say
They both suck.
Yeah, well, they both do suck, but I would actually probably say Luchador Pikachu because, at the very least, Smash Bros. Already has plenty of characters, so a few clones doesn't really even tick me off that much. In this case, there are so many Pokemon they could have picked for Pokken, and they picked Pikachu twice. Yeah. So,
in the larger scheme of things, having one clone character in a roster of 16 isn't worse than what Street Fighter 2 had back in the day. Because we had, Ryu, and then we had Ken, who was Ryu with a slightly different power balance between some of his moves. And that was about it. Like, that was the only clone. Are there any other clones in the game?
There's Mewtwo and Shadow Mewtwo, which apparently do play differently. But it's still like, oh, you've got Mewtwo, and then we've got evil Mewtwo.
so it's an Akuma and then an Oni. Okay, I get you. Oni was like Akuma is like an evil guy who's dominated by his Satsui no evil fighting force thing, and Oni is the same guy, even more dominated by that force.
So wait,
so he's basically evil or Akuma.
More evil Akuma, as if that wasn't redundant.
Yeah, but to be fair, they didn't add Oni and evil Ryu until Arcade Edition, which was like the third character expansion to Street Fighter 4. And they also added a pair of characters from Street Fighter 3, I think. Pair of twins, I think. Yun and Yang. I think they came in the same one as Evil Ryu and and Oni. They were good characters. I was glad to see them back because I played a bit of Street Fighter 3 before I got my hands on Street Fighter 4, and it's a really good game. And I was glad to see more of those characters return.
Didn't Street Fighter 3 drop a whole bunch of Street Fighter 2 characters though?
It dropped pretty much everyone except for I think Chun-Li and Ken. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, those were in there, but most of the Street Fighter 2 roster was absent. This you gotta understand. This was really early in fighting game history, and it wasn't so common for fighting games to keep the same roster at the time. So like you'd get stuff like Tekken 3 killing off half the characters in Tekken 2 and introducing new ones. It wasn't until later that they started to realize, oh shit, our fans are really attached to our characters. Maybe we shouldn't throw them away so haphazardly. So Tekken started bringing back characters that mimicked the styles of older characters who were dead, and Street Fighter started to focus more on those familiar faces.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird to think about it since we're only just getting Street Fighter 5, but Street Fighter 3 was the first real fighting game sequel since Street Fighter 1 didn't really even play like anything.
Street Fighter 1 was basically like if Streets of Rage had you fighting one person at a time. You know? Alright, Gosei Daishogun says, hey guys, I'll be heading to Orlando on WrestleMania weekend with a buddy of mine, and here's a little something for the run. It was a $20 donation. To Ted, do you like Outlaw Star?
I've maybe seen like
like Outlaw Star.
I've maybe seen like one
Outlaw
episode.
Star too.
I've only seen like one episode of Outlaw Star, and that was like 5 years ago, so I have very little to say about Outlaw Star personally.
Outlaw Star was one of my Toonami shows back in the day, so I really liked that show.
They were basically like
Ted.
Go
ahead.
Oh yeah, wasn't it basically Cowboys in Space, pretty much? Or am I misremembering it?
Somewhat ish. It's been a long time since I've had a chance to watch it, but you know, a guy in a ship powered by a naked woman in a tube. That's less dirty than it sounds, but he flies off looking for something called the Galactic Ley Line, which I guess is some source of power or something. So they have adventures. They pick up some recruits along the way. One of the characters was a cat girl. I forget what the other characters were. Like I said, it was my Toonami show back in the day. I haven't watched this since I was in my younger teens.
Okay.
So maybe even well over 10 years since I've seen it.
All right.
Right. Ted, after you said during the last stream, I'm reading a comment now, that you had attempted a 10 HP run of the 1,000-Year Door and were unable to beat the game, I have embarked on my own 10 HP run, and I'm playing as I watch the stream. It's gone well so far, and I'm currently making preparations for Chapter 5. Wish me luck. My question is, how far did you go before you were unable to continue, and do you have any tips?
I got all the way to... what's it called? Chapter 8, to the Gloomtail boss fight. So I got pretty far. As for tips...
We're almost there, Ted. Just keep going.
I could not win. You have to realize that, you rely a lot on super guarding in low HP runs of 1,000-Year Door, and, the breath attack from Gloomtail is not only really hard to super guard, but I think it also does like 8 or 9 attack. So what I'd recommend is manage your badges very carefully. Because you're doing, since you're not leveling up HP at all, if you're doing a 10 HP run of 1,000-Year Door, you can level up your flower points and badge points exponentially more. And so I actually recommend leveling up badge points more than flower points, at least to start, and then getting a lot of badges, especially stuff like defenses up. You could do stuff like the Jumpman strategy to get a lot of damage. That's part of the fun part of doing a 10 HP run, is seeing how many broken badge combos you can get. So other than that, practice your super guards and pray. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say to that. But yeah.
We have a donation from Naked Snake. Slight repeat donation warning. Recently got back from New Orleans. My favorite commentators are streaming, and my new tattoo no longer hurts. Today is a good day. Speaking of, what are your thoughts on tattoos? Don't be afraid to be honest. Whatever floats your boat, I'm not into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Pretty much the same. I kind of find it annoying that people make a big deal of tattoos. Like in certain job situations, you straight up can't get hired if you have a tattoo because it falls under the gang symbols category. Which I don't know. In this day and age, seems a little backwards. You know?
Yeah.
But
there was an ad I saw somewhere in a mall, one place, where it's two pictures of the same guy in the same pose, and one of them is the guy's got like full sleeve tattoos, and the other one is him in like a doctor's coat, and it was supposed to be something about like don't judge tattoos or whatever. And I agree, like, you know, tattoos are fine. You know, I've seen plenty of awesome looking tattoos, I've seen plenty of terrible looking tattoos, so tattoos are not inherently good or bad. But for me personally, I can't imagine myself ever getting one. Partially because I'm really squeamish.
I don't think I could pull one off.
Yeah, but I also
Yeah,
the process just sounds to me. I don't think I could do it. So.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I have this thing where if I get a shot at the doctor's office, I have this reaction, and it's not really a thing that I think about. It's just something that happens, where I get extremely lightheaded for a minute or so. I don't have it as bad as some other people, because some other people have such a strong reaction that they straight up throw up. Yeah, I can't go to the doctor's office and get a shot without this happening, and because of this, I can't like go and give blood or whatever unless it's at a place that has, you know, specialized equipment for people who've passed out. Like they won't risk it once they know.
Yeah, that people are very cautious about giving blood. Like if you've got a low iron deficiency, or you know, or they think that you're going to pass out, they don't want your blood. So it's I've actually a friend of mine.
Yeah, it's not that there's anything particularly wrong with me, though. It's just that the way one of the doctors explained it is that my body detects a threat, and it's sort of like a defense mechanism. How it defends me, I'm not really sure. It seems to just make me more vulnerable when I think about it, but it's a thing.
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember something BS about sickness that I remembered. Like you being sick, like looking bad, like getting green and all that. I'm pretty sure evolutionarily, and I don't remember where I heard this, so you know it could be total bull from what I remember. But like all of the physical signs of you being sick are supposed to be a warning sign to other people to stay away from you, as far as I can remember, at the very least. Again, that could be BS, but it could also. Again, like, you know, if you're getting sick to the point where you might pass out.
Naked Snake just said he's deathly afraid of needles, and tattoo needles don't affect him. It's not that I'm afraid of needles. I'm actually pretty apathetic toward them. In fact, this only started when I got older. Like, I had no problem with needles, and then suddenly I just started having this reaction once I got older. My mother says it might be a genetic thing because she has the reaction as well. But it's like, I don't find needles scary or disturbing in any way. It just sets me off in a weird way.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why.
Huh.
Like even just getting my finger pricked before giving blood. You know how they prick your finger to sort of test you? That set me off as well. And that's not even a needle. That's this little cut on your finger.
Is it just specifically needles, or like do you act out, or does it happen like if you were to scrape your knee or something?
It doesn't happen when I get like something that's a straight up injury, and I'm not really sure why my body only reacts to certain things. I don't get it. It's very strange.
Okay. I don't know why I'm going out of my way to. I'm not going out. No, I don't know why I'm going out of my way to fight all the surfers here, but it feel like I might as well do it.
Get a little extra money for items. Why not?
Yeah, but most of it's going to my mom so that she can go to the strip club. I mean, buy us stuff. Yeah. You know, that was always the thing about. Actually, that's something that I kind of miss in the remake, because I don't think that they have. as many items as they used to have for sharing. Like, not for sharing, for decorating your room. That was something that you could do in the original Gen 2. For people who haven't played it, think of it as kind of a precursor to the secret bases in Ruby Sapphire. But, like, your mom would buy you, like, the Snorlax doll if you saved up enough money, and I don't think you... And I kind of miss it, I guess, is just what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Oh, okay, well, that's actually a good point. I do need to level up all my Pokemon, because we are using kind of an underleveled team, so... Oh, yeah.
Ryan, opinions on the Tsugihime anime that exists?
What's a Tsukahige?
Tsukihime, it's the third of kind of the Fate Stay Night things. It's kind of just an alternate universe of it, and we don't talk about the anime.
Why? Is it depressing?
It's bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've never really exposed myself to that franchise, although Fate Stay Night is on Netflix, so I'm thinking of watching it at some point.
2006 Fate Stay Night or the new Fate Stay Night?
I don't know. It's just called Fate Stay Night. It doesn't specify.
I know that apparently one of the shows is kind of and the other is actually really good. So
the 2006 one is kind of and lots of weird moments that are changed from the visual novel, and yeah, there's Fate Zero, and then the current Fate Stay series that finished like last year called Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah, Lewis, I'm sure you've seen the picture of the guy saying people die when they are killed. That's from the 2006 anime of Fate Stay Night.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently that character is just as dumb as you think.
He's very thick, yes.
Oh, man.
Okay, so we've got a donation from the same guy with the Japanese characters. A repeat, would you ever consider doing a no reset Fire Emblem live stream playthrough for BSC? No. And guys, I would like to recommend, please don't spend your money just to get your questions answered. I would really, because again, we sometimes are bad about keeping up with all the comments, so I would really rather you not spend your money just so that we could answer a question of yours. That would, I'd feel guilty about it. So, again, we appreciate any donation.
I don't.
I do though. So yeah. Yeah, just keep that in mind, okay?
Also, John isn't here yet. He should be here later on in the stream, but he's not here yet, so don't aim any questions at him just yet.
I'm pretty sure that he said he'll be here at 7? Did he say?
I think so, yeah. About half an hour.
I think he said he would be an hour late.
Yeah, he's probably
around, so yeah, 7.
He's working probably, like doing stuff.
Yeah. Jeez. He just finished his Peace Walker review and he's rolling straight into Metal Gear Solid 5 because that marathon has gone on too long.
Oh man. I know that Ground Zeroes is like a 2-hour game, but how long is what's it called supposed to be? Phantom Pain.
20-ish hours, depending on how much you're doing.
Okay, and what's the cutscene to gameplay ratio like in?
It's mostly gameplay.
Mostly gameplay. Okay, that's gotta be weird.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is a bit of a strange beast in the context of the Metal Gear Solid series, in the sense that it's a very open designed game where you have multiple objectives in the same areas. And from what I hear, sometimes it gets a bit redundant in the department of making you go through the same areas for too many things, or
second half of the game, points. Anyone?
Yeah. Apparently the ending sections of the game had a significant amount of content cut and stuff. Hyperbit Hero Hayden, he did a Lost in Concept video on Metal Gear Solid 5 that's really interesting to look at. Like, it involves this additional plot line with Liquid Snake and what was going to go on toward the end of the game. That just doesn't happen anymore. And it sounds like the game, as it is really incomplete, like, to an obvious degree. Like, it ends on a note where you feel like there should be more there, which is the
There
worst
should be,
kind
and
of
I think, yeah, and I think Konami basically forced Kojima to finish and put it out the door so they could stop making games.
Yeah, that's probably because I've heard a lot of troubled development stories about Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, you know, Konami gave Kojima a whole bunch of unreasonable demands while making it, all sorts of different stuff. So, yeah, it's a shame because
Metal Gear Solid 5's development was going on for ages and ages, so it's not like Kojima and his team were completely blameless in the situation.
No,
either.
it was just a shitty situation all around, but it does seem like it does seem like Konami was being a dick about it though as well. So yeah, I you know, maybe it's just recent biases, but I have a hard time cutting any slack for Konami these days because yeah, fuck Konami.
Well, I don't get me wrong. I have still heard that Metal Gear Solid 5 is still fantastic, and I was thinking
it's a great game. It's just kind of short.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting in at the at GameStop yesterday when I went in to trade stuff in. But at the end of the day, I just wasn't in a very Metal Gear mood.
I still need to play.
So I decided to get something else.
I do still need to play
Still need to
MGS1.
play.
MGS1, I think. That's probably the one I'm going to stick with, because honestly, a lot of the stuff about the other games, except for maybe Snake Eater, just kind of feel very weird to me. Like, I don't think, I'm not sure how I would feel about, say, a lot of the stuff in MGS2. Personally, like...
well, it's easier to stomach if you play MGS1 first, really. But, you know... there's your rappel gone.
Yeah.
No, probably about 5 minutes behind.
Yeah. Did I not buy? I could have sworn I bought Super
Skype
Potion
anymore, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, we're not using Skype. Although screen share hadn't worked for Skype for the past couple of
Well, that's
sessions.
just if your Skype doesn't work.
No, my Skype
Yeah.
Skype has just straight up been broken for the past like 3 weeks, and it's actually been very obnoxious. And yeah, it was Skype. Has anybody had an issue? I guess I'll just ask chat because they're a good resource. Has anybody had an issue where Skype keeps on crashing for 20 after 20 minutes consistently? Because I've had that happen a lot lately, where I go for 20 minutes and then Skype would crash. And it's been an absolute pain in the ass because, again, we can't commentate like that if I keep on dropping every part or so. Okay. Naked Snake. A very good friend of mine halfway across the world can't make the stream. Wanted to ask the SMT players of the crew something. What are your thoughts on YHVH, who's basically the Judo-Christian god, being the final boss of the game? Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Shin Megami Tensei 2 specifically, but...
Yeah, other games are better about how they handle God and Christianity, because SMT2 really, really did not like Law very much. The game's basically just a chaos game in general. And so, no matter what path you pick, even the Law path, YHVH always ends up being the final boss, which I honestly think is just really rather lopsided, because when you do the Law playthrough, you do what God, in the end, you do what God asks you to do. You blow up, you fire the cannon and kill an awful lot of people. But then you still go and kill God anyway because he's just that bad. It doesn't make sense to me, personally. Later games, I think, do a better job at making the Law and Chaos sides more even. And I'm not saying that they should portray God as a positive figure in SMT, because the whole point is supposed to be that it's ambiguous. But in this case, it wasn't ambiguous. Lucifer was clearly the right choice to pick in SMT2, which was a major pet peeve of mine. So I'm glad that they've made it more even in later games. So yeah, SMT4 is fantastic. You should try that. I also recommend Devil Survivor. And although they don't really have an awful lot of the same gameplay style or story style. The Persona games are also good if you like that sort of thing. So yeah. Okay, I think we're in Scene Wood. We're in Scene Wood now. So woo.
Yeah, we're using Curse at the moment because when we tried Discord, it gave us some problems, and we're not exactly sure what those problems are. Now we're a bit confused because John's had nothing but good times with Discord on Final Fantasy XIV and everything, so we're probably going to give Discord another shot relatively soon. But for now, Curse is working just fine for us, so we're using that.
Yeah. Oh wait, this guy can give us Shuckle, but I'm not gonna take him because Shuckle is honestly not a very good Pokemon. Despite having the best defenses in the game, I'm pretty sure that like its HP is absolute shit. So
Didn't it also do the most damage of any Pokemon if you had the right setup?
Oh, I think I remember what you had to do. Like, cause Shuckle's defense is I think like at max defense is like, oh, Suicune. Shuckle's max defense is something obnoxious like 550 or something like that. So if you do a specific attack, if you get, it's either you have to do a specific attack or get hit by a specific attack that swaps your attack and defense. And then I think like use something like Explosion, you can have the most powerful attack in the game. But again, that's also such a convoluted setup that, oh shit, we have to fight Eswine over here. I forgot that. Oh, well, oh shit, I should have gone to the Pokemon Center first. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Well, here goes nothing. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it was. I don't really remember the specifics, but you can do weird stuff like that with Shuckle, but it's not really worth your time, so I wouldn't bother.
So, let me. So, did they keep the Crystal storyline in?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't catch Suicune by having it roam around like in Gold and Silver. It actually does its crystal stuff. So you still talk to this guy. I think you can finally catch it in near Cerulean City when you get to the Kanto half of the game, I believe is when you catch it. So
Okay.
yeah, so they kept all the crystal stuff. Did you know that Pokemon Crystal was technically the first Pokemon game with online capabilities? Like there was
Cell phone.
Yeah, there was some weird cell phone connectivity stuff in
Japan only.
In Japan only, that let you play Pokemon online. And I mean, granted, it was probably terrible, but you know, it still existed. It was a thing. And one thing that I do like about Crystal is that they still have that online building in the US version of the game. So the new online building is in the same spot, which I appreciate. So, yeah.
Japan really likes their mobile phones, like, well beyond what we generally see. They really like their mobile phones. It probably has to do with them commuting so goddamn much everywhere. But yeah, like, we kind of laugh mobile gaming off over here, but mobiles and handhelds rule the day over there, so... Yeah,
mobile gaming is... I think the thing about mobile gaming is that I don't think it's a platform suited to the types of game I like to play. Because, you know, for, like, simple puzzlers...
Well, not without peripheral devices, anyway.
Yeah, but if I were going to use a peripheral...
You can buy, like, a cheap... sort of frame for your phone that's basically a controller, and a lot of games are compatible with that kind of thing, but you have to go out of your way to get that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, if there was, but I understand that, but if I'm gonna have someone, if I'm gonna do something like that with my phone, I might as well just play my DS, you know? I think that's really my mindset with it anyway.
Hello?
John?
You have the wrong number! You have the wrong stream!
John, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was wrapping up some emergency errands I had to do, and one of them was doing something with Elliot, so...
Oh, you had to take Elliot to his bar mitzvah?
Yeah. He's finally becoming a man.
So how you doing, dude?
No, I'm doing just fine. How about you guys? Why is fucking Skype going off right now? And that's
Probably Catherine.
right
yeah,
now.
it's probably Catherine telling you to add her to the call. Which do I want to try the alpha? Curse must restart in order to try the alpha. No.
No. We have a donation from Ara Guardian ML, making my weekly sacrifice to the BSC Lords. I'm stoked. It's the weekend I can relax when I'm going to MTAC in Nashville next Friday. So through the weekend with my close friend, hoping I can go to a convention with BSC we'll be at someday. Oh, you're going to MTAC? I know a lot of Momocon people are going to that.
What's MTAC?
Middle Tennessee Anime Convention, I think.
Oh, okay. Speaking of conventions, I should let you guys know that next week we will not be able to have a stream because I am going to be at Anime Boston next week. So, unfortunately, no stream, but if you're in the Boston area and you're going to Anime Boston, come by and say hello because, I'm gonna be there and I'm lonely, so you should say hi. We can take photos. Yeah, let's do it.
Brian Garcia, I have not found the 7 world donuts. Brian.
I found the 7 world donuts.
Oh, by all means, random chat person, go watch Daredevil instead. I've watched 3 episodes of season 2 so far, and it is magnificent.
I tried watching it the moment it went live, and I fell asleep.
Don't
Don't let that be indicative to the show's quality. I was really tired.
I'm probably gonna.
Yeah, it was 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh wait, 3 a.m. is when it went up. Damn.
Yeah, it goes. Netflix airs new content at 12 p.m. PST. So for us, that's 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes before finally passing out, and it feels so much more ambitious than the first season. And that might be hard to believe.
Oh yeah, they probably got
a
lot more money.
Yeah, probably, but one of the biggest indicators is how episode 2 of season 1 had that really cool single shot battle scene in the hallway, right? Well, episode 3 does that again, except it goes from a hallway down a staircase that goes around and around and around, and he just fights his way down the stairs in a single shot. And it's actually quite a bit longer than the first one-shot battle scene as well.
Just so you know, Old Boy did that first.
Yeah, it was really great. But people were talking about how much they liked that battle scene in episode 2. Apparently, they listened.
I'm excited for it. It's I guess I'm probably gonna do what I did for Jessica Jones and season 1 of Daredevil and watch a few episodes before I go to bed every night. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
One of the things that I've noticed about this season in particular, though, is most of the episodes in season 1 ended on a fairly conclusive note for that particular episode's thing. Season 2 ends on cliffhangers. Almost every episode so far. No, every episode.
Guys,
so
we're
far.
fighting Yoshi!
Something happens at the end.
Black belt
What?
Yoshi!
Yeah, something happens at the end that really makes you want to see the next episode. I don't want to spoil it because whatever happens at the end is pretty goddamn the story.
No, let's not risk it then.
Yeah, it's just in the first episode, the closest thing to a cliffhanger you ever got. I mean, the first season, the closest thing to a cliffhanger you ever got was something like a kid being kidnapped at the end of the first episode, and then you were vaguely surprised when you started up the second episode and realized that was what the second episode was dealing with, because it wasn't a blatant cliffhanger. It looked at first more like just something that Daredevil would have to do off screen as a vigilante. But in this case, it's a straight up obvious cliffhanger. Watch the next episode to see what happens next.
I mean, there were a few in season 1. I think the episode where Vanessa was Kingpin's girlfriend, right? She drinks the thing, and I'm pretty sure that was at the end of the episode. But again, it wasn't like every episode ended like that. So yeah.
No, I think she went to the hospital, so it wasn't like something at the very end of the episode. It was more like something that happened along the way, and it hadn't fully resolved itself by the end of the episode. But as far as what Daredevil himself is up against, things tended to be pretty conclusive. Now, granted, a cliffhanger isn't quite the same thing when they release all the episodes in one bundle at the same time. So it's just like, okay, you can watch the episode right away. It's very good for binge watching. It's even better for binge watching than season 1, I think.
Anyway, Catherine, are you in the call now? Catherine, I see you in the call.
I don't think. Oh, there she is. Yeah.
Were you muted?
No, I just wasn't saying anything because I had nothing to say about the topic.
Well, you could say hello. I'm here. My name is Catherine.
I didn't want to interrupt. That is rude.
But your name begins with a Q. That is not standard.
So we got this $10 donation from Douglas Huber going toward. Hey guys, glad to see the BSC Pizza Party Fund has raised so much money for a good cause of eating pizza. I like this money to go towards the donation incentive of John doing a full cover of Lose Yourself in his Luigi voice. Is that based off the Galaxy 2 part? Yeah, I think it might have been. You know what? I'd really would like to make like a Galaxy. If someone can make like a manic depressive Luigi version of Lose Yourself, I will happily sing that in my Luigi voice. But thanks a lot, Doug. Yeah,
just so you know, when we go to MomoCon, sorry, just a quick thing. Just so everyone knows, when we go to MomoCon, our choice of restaurant the first night, so we can show everyone his pizza.
Can we go?
But will the pizza be from Nancy's?
Probably.
Boy, I sure do hate Nancy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, she didn't accomplish much in Nightmare on Elm Street. We're talking about that Nancy, right?
Well,
It's
she's
a
always
beautiful
No.
day. Yay.
Yeah, but what about all of those mysteries she solved though? Like, I mean, that's got to count for something. Nancy Drew? Nobody? Okay.
I remember Nancy Drew. I think I read maybe one of the books. When I was a kid.
You're a man, Lewis. You got to read Hardy Boys because that's the manly one to read.
That's where I know Nancy Drew from, though, because they did Nancy Drew Hardy Boys crossovers. Those things popped up a lot in our old book order forms, along with stuff like Star Wars Jedi Apprentice.
I'm pretty sure that at book fairs and in the school library in elementary school, there were plenty of Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, but I always read Animorphs instead, so I never really read any of them. So, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I actually have some, I think Hardy Boys little hardcover books stashed away somewhere. They weren't actually mine. I think they might have been, maybe my stepfather's back in the day, but somehow they just wound up mixed in with my books when I stored all of them away. Yeah, along with the other stuff that doesn't fit on this dinky little bookshelf, like the like I have these really expensive leather-bound gold trimming kind of classic novels that my grandmother bought me a long time ago.
Yeah.
Stuff like Moby Dick and The Picture of Dorian Gray and Great Expectations. It was this 100 best books of all time sort of program subscription thing that you could get from Easton Press, which is still in business, and I still want their Lord of the Rings collection because it looks badass. But yeah, I've got that stuff too. I've only read one of them though. The Picture of Dorian Gray is a really good one, and I would have read Great Expectations too, but I had already read that in class, so I wasn't interested in reading it.
I read Dorian Gray for a class last semester, and I'm actually reading Moby Dick right now. So yeah.
Oh God, you poor soul. Moby Dick is an oppressively boring book.
Okay,
All me Ishmael.
Here's the thing about Moby Dick. I'm having a lot of fun with the discussions I'm doing in class, but the book itself can go. The actual Moby Dick can go fuck itself.
It's a relic. It really is a relic. It's really hard to get into the mindset to enjoy that kind of book these days because it was just written in a completely different narrative style from what we're used to now.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I can see why it was good at the time, but at the same time, I just can't go back to that.
It's basically
Yeah,
just Herman
kinda like,
Melville being really pretentious most of the time. And-
You'd be surprised how old books tend to seem that way, but it's a little hard to judge because of the way people wrote and talked at the time.
Yeah.
When was Moby Dick written?
Before the Civil War in the mid 1800s was when it was.
Oh,
written.
okay, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it actually did do a lot of relatively interesting things for its time, but it's just, and there is a lot of interesting symbolism and stuff that you could talk about it. It's just that trying to read it, Melville wrote Moby Dick specifically to be difficult to read. Because he didn't like, because he didn't like him and other authors like Nathaniel Hawthorne didn't like how all of these other books being released at the time were so successful and they were so easy to read and they were written by women and there's a lot of insecurity among a lot of the authors of that generation. Just so you know, so he specifically wrote it to be difficult. And it shows. And I mean, granted, I still think that there is some value in reading it, but out of all the books that I've read this semester from this period, because that American Romantic literature is one of the classes I'm taking right now, out of all the stuff we've read so far, including Edgar Allan Poe, some Hawthorne, I think we're going to be reading Frederick Douglass's autobiography at some point in Uncle Tom's Cabin, which I haven't actually read yet.
I've heard Uncle Tom's Cabin is a really long book.
Yeah, when I was in high school, actually, I had the option for a history class when we were doing the Civil War. I had the option of either reading Huckleberry Finn or Uncle Tom's Cabin, and I picked Huckleberry Finn, which is also pretty good. And we are woefully underleveled for this. So.
Someone get a Kodak call?
Colonel, I'm in the middle of a live stream now. Could you call back later?
Oh, man.
Ted, I was walking home from lab the other night, and something very strange happened.
What?
I don't remember the rest of that quote.
I don't know, but I think it ended in "I need scissors." In any
That was
case-
Elliot. Elliot says hi.
Hi, Elliot.
Made it safely home.
Aw. Did he make sure to look
Welcome
both
home,
ways
Elliot.
first? Catherine, did you get your Meebos?
What? No.
No? You didn't get...
Actually, yeah, wasn't Roy supposed to show up today?
Probably.
Hope no one stole Roy. I'll be so pissed if someone in my building stole Roy.
Well, you've already had people steal shit from you in your building.
Oh yeah. And
So-
apparently my friend in lab who lives in a different university-owned apartment building, all people steal packages in her building. And the housing people have sent out emails about it, being like, please stop stealing packages. I'm just because that works.
Hey Ted, can you and John sing the FUN song in the Toad and Yoshi voice?
I saw a similar request for that
what?
as a donation. I think I saw a donation comment for that earlier, asking us to do the same thing, but instead of Toad and Yoshi, it was Toad and Bentley.
I can't sing with the Toad voice right now, guys. I'm sorry. My throat is not up to it today.
If Bentley was playing the role of Plankton, I could sing the first part, but I don't know the entire song.
Yeah, I haven't watched that episode of SpongeBob probably in about 10 years, so I don't remember the words.
F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for uranium. Bob's. N is for no survivors. Would you?
Bentley!
Yeah.
Wait. So is Bentley like a sociopathic murderer in the actual games, or just when you're portraying?
No. No, Bentley's just an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like an amusing asshole, or just an asshole?
Amusing asshole.
Oh, okay. So, John, did you get Pokemon today?
No, I did not. I don't plan on getting Pokken until the end of the month.
Okay. Paychecks?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
It's a very anticlimactic conversation that Pokken brings.
Yeah, well, it's just, I got it,
Yeah.
but it appears that I'm the only one here who did get it, so...
I was considering getting it, but I'll probably wait until I've moved in with my girlfriend. She might even get it before I get there. Who knows? Yeah, I just wound up getting a tablet, a cheap tablet. I mentioned this on Twitter, but I traded in a bunch of games, including my copy of Xenoblade Chronicles, which my girlfriend has one, so I didn't need a second one. And I got $50 store credit, which I bought two $25 Amazon gift cards with, and then I was able to get this $50 Kindle Fire tablet.
What sort of weird ass pyramid scheme is this shit?
It's called sidestepping the store credit drop that you get when you trade in for actual cash.
Nice.
I just wanted the tablet so I could read my comics on something.
Well, you could
and have
probably
a little
watch...
thing next to my computer while I work.
Trust me, watching, like, you should probably, once it comes in, you should probably watch the rest of Daredevil on that, because I know, watching stuff on a tablet in bed is super relaxing. So,
Oh yeah, but I always watch stuff. The first time I watched stuff, I was watching on my desktop on Netflix, so that, I have a larger screen and, a more movie theater experience with my uncomfortable folding chair and yeah, it's not very movie theater at all, is it? But I like seeing it on a larger screen first. But I probably will rewatch it on my tablet. I've already been rewatching Jessica Jones on my phone, so yeah.
Watching stuff on my phone's okay. It's just my phone is really annoying about switching the perspective of the screen whenever I'm watching something lying down. Because, like, if I want to watch something on my side so that I'm not, like, holding it up above my head and getting my arms tired, yeah, I'm a lazy fuck. Like, if I'm laying on my side, depending on, like, the tiniest angle I have the phone rotated, it'll sometimes, like, go from sideways to forward, and it's just stupid. So...
Yeah, the thing about Netflix that I found on my mobile, though, is that it stays locked in landscape view while you're watching a video.
Oh.
So it won't actually... So you can actually lay sideways and watch it that way. Netflix is good about that.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, look, some guys in the chat are asking about the upload schedule of the IGN list.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's actually proving to be a pretty goddamn hefty editing job. And I'm working on it. I'll probably have the next one up either tomorrow or Sunday.
Just to put it into perspective, guys, the list was 4.5 hours long when we read it, and Lewis is going through and putting all the pictures in, and also I'm assuming you're cleaning up any audio mishaps that happen along the way.
Yeah. It's just like when we commentate or do any other kind of thing. I've taken to going through the audio and stealthily trimming out portions where we might have talked over each other or interrupted each other, making things sound a little smoother for all you guys.
Making us sound smarter than we actually are.
Yeah. So
yeah. So
since you were trying to do
just,
about an hour long apart, right? Was it?
Just about.
So that could probably
so,
be anywhere up to 2 hours to 3 hours of editing time per part, because I know that 15-minute parts of SA2, where we were all talking over each other, could sometimes take 15 minutes just to edit. So, I mean, not 15 minutes, 45 minutes just to edit. So,
I think I might have showed it on Twitter, like the what my audio editing tracks looked like at the time. But when I edited the first part of the Sonic Boom commentary, because there were so many of us and there were so many parts where we talked over each other or interrupted each other, that the audio tracks for that video in particular looked like a credit card that had been run through a shredder to destroy it. Yeah, that was something. It took a while, but I liked the result. let's see. Since John wasn't here for this question, what are his thoughts on tattoos? Also, did you come up with an answer for your favorite heels in wrestling? And for Ryan, thoughts on
Wait, is John gone?
Osomatsu?
No, John
Don't
was.
watch Osamatsu.
John was here late. Catherine, he probably got here about like 10 minutes before you did. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, someone else
Yeah.
asked about thoughts on tattoos, and they would now want to know John.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I know a lot of people that have tattoos. I personally don't see the appeal in them. So, not to say they're stupid or anything like that. I just don't see the appeal in inking my body. You know. But I don't.
kind of like specific.
I don't want to come up as one of those. I don't want to come up as one of those people that say like my body is my temple. It is sacred and no one can touch it. It's like no, I'm just not down with the idea of tattoos. Okay, it doesn't have to be that deep.
John.
Oh man.
I'll give you $20 if you get a tramp stamp of your amiibo face.
I'll do you better, Ted. I'll get a really big version of it on my back, just like that Steve-O guy from Jackass.
Oh, so you can always,
Yeah,
even when your back is turned to someone, you're still looking at them.
Oh man, that's great. You just reminded me of what my old religion teacher used to say about tattoos when I was back in Catholic school. Man, good times.
But tattoos are the devil.
No, the your body is your temple thing.
Ah,
That
okay.
thing.
Don't have sex ever.
Yeah.
You will die.
Yeah. Don't get tattoos
unless you put
and
a-
practice abstinence.
You will die from sex unless you put a ring on the other person's finger first. I don't know how that works. It just does.
Also, you can
Is this Christianity or voodoo?
no. Also, you can never get pregnant if you don't have sex. Wait, why are you pointing at that picture of Mary? That's why. I don't get it.
For me personally,
We have
I
a
want to get.
donation
Ah.
from- Sorry, just a donation from...
Go.
Go on, Catherine. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, for me, I definitely would be interested in getting a tattoo or two at some point. I'd love to get some kind of, if I like, so I know a guy who used to be in my lab, and he worked on synthesizing a really complicated molecule for, I think it was for his PhD, and he got a tattoo of that, and that's like really cool. I mean, I know it just sounds like the nerdiest thing, but it really is, it's a cool molecule. So it was that seems like a cool thing to get a tattoo of. But I gotta be careful with that kind of stuff because I want to try living in Japan, and I don't know if they.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's different. I mean, first of all, I'm a Westerner, and that's more obvious than any tattoos. But I don't know how they feel about Western tattoos because traditionally tattoos are associated with Yakuza. But that's a very specific type of tattoo. It's generally like a sleeve or a full body, like back tattoos, and it's traditional Japanese tattoo.
Yeah,
Which is really funny because there's a guy in my lab who's a postdoc from Japan, and I haven't seen how far it goes, but I know he has at least like one half sleeve on his arm. So we all joke that he's in the Yakuza.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously if you like put it somewhere where people don't normally see it, then that would be fine. I don't think people would notice it if it just straight up they didn't see it. I'm not making
Oh
that
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
There are a lot of places you wouldn't be able to go into though, like public bathhouses. You wouldn't be able to.
Well, a lot of those places don't let you in. My understanding is a lot of those places let Westerners in. Period.
Yeah, because they think
feel
they
like-
think you're pervy Westerners trying to see Japanese boobs is basically.
They think we don't understand, and this is fair, that a lot of Westerners would not understand certain cultural do's and don'ts. And it's not even just like pervertedness, but it's also just that there's a like in Japanese bathhouses, you clean yourself before you get into the bath. Like, you know, like if it's a hot spring type thing, like you don't dirty the hot spring with your body. You clean yourself before you get into the hot spring. The hot spring is then to relax.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that they like. That would be completely insulting if someone were to just walk in and just dump into the bath. Like that's
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's
So yeah, so I think me being a Westerner is more of an issue than whether or not I have a tattoo. But
Okay, but Ryan, there was a donation comment that we ignored. What did they say?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine.
I need to scroll back. I need to scroll back up. Hold on a sec.
I think it was the
Hey
DC
guys, I'm
Dungeon
going to be
Master one.
playing. No, the Death Troy one. Hey guys, I'm going to be playing Twilight Princess for the first real time. Tried back with the Wii, it hurt my arm. Which controller is the best for playing on the Wii U? Also, Ted, grind so Chucky doesn't break you. Hey guys, I'm going to be playing. He says the same thing twice. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, he's over that.
Oh wait.
Copy paste shenanigans.
Oh shit.
Twilight Princess was.
I probably shouldn't go. I forgot
designed
that.
for the GameCube, so-
It's probably a bad idea to do Jasmine right now because she's got the Steelix, and normally I would use my starter to take care of Steel types, but I think the Steelix knows a Ground type move, so where's a good place to grind though is the big thing. Actually, grind. Actually, you know what? It's probably back in Cianwood because we got that message, meaning that the what's it called? The path to the left is open, which means that there's going to be a whole bunch of new trainers to go fight. So we're going to go do that now.
Oh, nice.
Okay, on the question of Twilight Princess, one of the things I want to mention is that Twilight Princess was pretty blatantly designed as a GameCube game, and I've played both the Wii version and the GameCube version, and the one thing I noticed is that apart from aiming your bow and arrow, you don't really gain any benefit whatsoever from motion control. Like, it's not like Skyward Sword where the position of your remote dictates which way you're swinging your sword or anything. It's more like Sonic and the Black Knight, where you just waggle your remote and a sword swing happens about half a second later. So you'll actually get a smoother, less delayed, and more intuitive sword play from button presses than you would from motion control.
For what it's worth, though,
the
I am.
downside is.
Wait,
what I want to know is, in Twilight Princess HD, can you aim your bow with the gamepad's gyroscope?
Yeah, you can. It works great. So for what
excellent. So you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I'm liking Twilight Princess a lot, and I know I know exactly what Ryan's going to say after I spout these words. I'm thinking it's better than Ocarina of Time right now. So.
Well, congratulations, you're wrong.
Well, okay. Before we get into a huge argument, I can see both sides, okay? Because Ocarina was the revolutionary game that changed things up and all of that, whereas Twilight Princess basically tried to take the same thing and add to it. So it's kind of like comparing, in a way, sort of like comparing Crash Bandicoot 2 to Crash Bandicoot 3 if they were 10 years apart.
Rest in pasta chat.
Yeah, okay, here's the, I'm gonna try to justify my opinion a little bit. Here's the thing, I never really liked, the overworld in Ocarina of Time. I thought that there was nothing to do in Hyrule Field, like at all. And while Twilight Princess's overworld is indeed big, there's tons and tons of stuff to find in there. And since you get the horse right from the start, and you also have, the wolf senses to help you find secrets, I'm having a lot of fun exploring the overworlds in Twilight Princess. And also, I just think the dungeons are more fun, because they start off actually relatively challenging, as opposed to Ocarina of Time, where the first 2 or 3 dungeons are dungeons for babies. So, yeah. I mean, granted, I also haven't beat the game yet, so I'll reserve my total judgment for the end game. But as so far right now, I'm enjoying it more than Ocarina of Time. So, yeah. It's just my opinion, guys.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the question of which is better and which do I enjoy more aren't necessarily the same question.
Oh, yeah.
One is, you know, a little bit more context sensitive, and the other is just a preference thing, you know?
Yeah. What the hell did you just write in the chat, John?
Just don't worry about that, Ted. We got $1 donation from Decent Dungeon Master. Hey, everyone. Back for some more gaming history / trivia. The reason for the roster being the way it is, is originally a fan game that used those characters. What? Are we talking...
I think
Pokken?
Pokken,
Are we
probably.
talking Pokken?
That's the only one that makes sense to me.
I'd like to get a little clarity on that if you don't mind, but what are our plans for Momocon and TMG? Are we getting a BSC, SGB, FTCR crossover event?
Well, isn't
Please.
every BSC thing
Also,
an
that I
SGB crossover since John's here?
Yeah, technically.
As for Momocon and TMG, I don't think we have a set plan for TMG yet, but we do have 3 events at Momocon. Which I think do they have the schedule up, Ryan?
Not the entire schedule, but I know they're late night stuff.
Okay. So
I think our panel itself is the Saturday at 10, and the other 2 things are around the same time on the Thursday and Friday.
okay.
Which is nice because it means we can just enjoy the con the entire day, but also means that we're kind of late.
Yeah.
One of the comments in the chat box: Ted Light Princess, Oak Orion of Time. Hang on, the chat just scrolled up off screen. God damn it! Ted Light Princess, Oak Orion of Time, Majani's Mask, Miss Sayward's Sword.
Yeah. Catherine, what's your favorite Zelda game?
But yeah, it's like Catherine's here. We have to have a Catherine as subtitle for a Zelda game. I don't know which one though.
Phantom Catherine Glass? No, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Oracle of Science?
That
No?
works for me.
Okay. Hold on, I completely lost. As for too many games, I believe we have no idea what's going on for that con, right? Yet.
We still got about 3 months of planning.
Yeah. We'll most likely, before both conventions, be releasing a video detailing where you can find us, what our plans are, what events we'll be having, so on and so forth. Excuse me. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. Oh yeah, we get a Pokemon encounter in this cave over here, so, should I catch that first, or should I go fight this trainer first?
Okay.
Why not both?
I can't do both first, John. I'm gonna go catch the Pokemon first.
Alright.
Okay, alright, we're
they
gonna be...
finally posted
a Graveler. Shit. Okay, time to keep on searching then, I guess. Because we already got a Geodude, so...
They
Hey
finally
guys,
posted
another
the video.
donation for an awesome stream. Shout out to Ryan's new Patreon, for which I pledged. I
Oh,
didn't know about that.
I'm sorry.
Also, question for you guys. Are there any plans to cover the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games at any point in the future?
Lewis?
Probably
I don't know.
not. Maybe if someone wants to bring it for like a fighting game thing we do at a convention, sure, but not like a standard LP thing.
I might do a playthrough of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 because that has a pretty decent story mode, but I'm not sure about the other ones. Like, I definitely won't do Generations. The story mode in that is ass. It's really just a game. It's really just a game that you play because it's a casual fighting game with a hell of a lot of Naruto characters. And I haven't checked out the latest one yet, so I'm not sure about that
I'm
one.
thinking we should definitely play something Naruto-esque for MomoCon so that we can both meet our anime quota and piss off our anime quota.
Oh my gosh.
Just so that we cover all bases.
Catherine, I caught a Wooper.
Man, you know,
Nickname the Wooper.
So cute.
I remember when on YouTube hating Naruto was almost as popular as hating Twilight.
Did you name it already?
No, I'm letting you name the Wooper because you're obsessed.
You should name it the Japanese name. Upa.
How do I spell that?
Just get rid of the W.
U-P-A-H. Upa. It just looks like somebody misspelled Utah. But, okay.
Fuck! Alright, fine, fuck it, go with it. We're on a time limit here.
Okay, so the delicate winner for Utah is Wooper. What?
Can we get a source on this, goddammit?
Ash Ketchum for president. Free healthcare, not for humans, just for animals.
Whooper Goldberg. Whooper Goldberg.
Whooper Goldberg. Whooper cough.
Oh man. Yeah, okay, so now, Catherine, we have a Wooper, which will stay in the box forever and ever and ever. Happy now?
I wish death upon one of your Pokemon.
Okay, Wooper will die.
Ooh, it's in the box.
I'll take it out of the box just to kill it.
Ooh, it will curse you.
Get $2 donation from Mr. Jax Reed. $2 for you, and $20 for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Ouch. That's still a good game. I think it's worth 20.
Yeah, it's worth 20. I think, here's the thing about, I think people have kind of gotten used to the idea of indie pricing being like 15 or lower, whereas games only are worth what people are worth paying for them, if that makes sense. Like, there's no reason why every AAA game should be worth $60. They just kind of are. So, I would say that Shantae is worth $20 personally. Generally speaking, I like to approach this kind of stuff on a hour per playtime basis. So if I think that I can get $20 20 hours of gameplay out of Shantae, which I've gotten 20 hours of gameplay over all my replays, I think it's worth that price. So yeah, so certain games are worth a lot of money, like if you pay like $5 for any puzzle game you get particularly attached to, and some games are worth not nearly that much money, like when you pay $60 for an 8-hour game that you only ever play once, or stuff like that. So yeah.
I see this comment for a second. Sakuzi, I'm sorry, but Naruto is just too much filler. Let me try this attack and flashback to bullshit most of the time. Are we talking Naruto or Dragon Ball?
Okay, well,
No, Naruto. The Naruto anime is far worse with the filler.
well, here's the thing about
$10. Undertale was made with Game Maker, so
yeah. As for, like, here's the thing about Naruto. In Dragon Ball, things just seem to take a long time. In Naruto, at least from what I remember of the very few of like the first arc that I watched, it's more that like Naruto or Sasuke or whoever will do a thing, and then they'll spend like 2 minutes explaining how they did that thing. So that was mostly what bothered me about.
That works better in the manga.
Yeah, it works better in the manga because in the manga they'll basically just set aside a couple panels to explain the mechanics of a given ninjutsu thing, and it'll take maybe about a quarter of a page.
Yeah.
Whereas in the anime they'll spend like 3 fucking minutes talking about it. So yeah.
Does that get better as you get later into
to
the arcs though?
No, not really.
As you get later into the series, what the real problem becomes is, okay, they figure they've explained enough, so they stop explaining how things work, and instead, like, they'll interrupt your regular Naruto programming with flashback sequences all the goddamn time.
And don't forget all the filler.
Now the filler is strictly an anime thing.
Yeah, it's still a problem though.
Yeah, the
No
thing about that
excuses.
is the thing about that is much like with Full Metal Alchemist and Rurouni Kenshin, the anime and the manga were running at the same time. Unlike Rurouni Kenshin and Full Metal Alchemist, the anime did not decide to go in its own direction and tell its own story in order to fill that time. So they just have really long filler arcs, some of which were worthwhile. Like you get there was one filler arc in particular toward the end of the first Naruto series before Shippuden that actually showed Naruto and crew actually trying to find Orochimaru and Sasuke and all of that, and it provided some time to develop Anko Mitarashi as a character, who is one of the more interesting characters, also very popular in fan fiction because of how little explanation she actually gets in the main series. She does basically nothing in the manga. Like, she has a few interesting scenes early on, and then she just sort of disappears from the story until very, very late in the final war arc. So yeah, some of the filler is actually worth watching. Most of it is just there to kill time, really, to let the manga get ahead.
I really approach that they took with Attack on Titan, where they were just like, all right, we're just gonna go on hiatus for 2 years, and then
we're just gonna wait until the manga catches up to do another season. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
Dude, everyone is gonna hate the next season. I'm not gonna say why, but because I read the manga, everyone's gonna hate
read
the
the
next
manga too.
season. But I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna just drink everyone's salty tears.
Why does
because I know
everybody
exactly
die?
what's gonna happen.
Does everybody die?
No,
Attack on Titan, when doesn't everybody die?
No, people haven't been. Well, no, dude. If they killed, you know who, I'm gonna be so mad, Ryan.
True.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
People
just gonna
people
read.
die when they are killed, Catherine.
Except when they don't.
Wait, what?
Except when they're Aaron.
And not just Aaron.
Is Attack on Titan season 2 still slated for this year?
This year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this year. I don't know if we got any like official like when it's starting, but yeah, it's
Sometime
this
in the
year.
summer, I think they said.
Yeah, it's summer season. I just don't know, like like I know with Eighth Eternity,
Yeah,
like for the
well-
spring season we have dates. I don't think we have dates yet for the summer season, but yeah, I really hope the animation is. There isn't going to be as much opportunity for the animation to be amazing, so I really hope they get the cinematography right, because there's going to be a lot more talking this season, and a lot more standing around. But I really hope they keep it engaging and don't do the stupid still frame thing that they did in season 1 sometimes, where they just have a single still shot and people talking and zero animation.
Well, sounds very Bayonetta.
The thing about Attack on Titan season 1 is that when they did animate things, it was glorious animation. But in order to balance the budget, they also took whatever opportunities they could to not animate.
I
So-
was just not. I'm sorry. I was just not impressed by that show. I gave it. I watched the entire first season of that son of a bitch, and I just like. Where's the appeal? I don't see the
Was
appeal.
it the tone you disliked, John, or the characters?
It was the loose threads, nothing getting resolved, and
Yeah,
honestly,
that's-
it's just like. It just seemed like the whole purpose of the first season was how many people can we kill?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Well-
be honest. The loose threads is one thing I dislike about Attack on Titan. Like, you won't hear me defend
Something
that
to,
because it's very annoying to just go, month, because I read it on
Whoa!
chapter by chapter.
Oh, flamethrower.
It's a little less glaring in the manga because the end
No!
of season
Oh!
1.
No!
What?
I'm
What?
gonna.
What? Don't.
My
Screwing up.
no, my character's gonna be killed by my own surf. No, Huggabug, no! Oh no!
You son of a bitch! No, not Huggabug!
He wasn't adamant.
Idiot.
Shut
Okay.
up! You're mean. I don't
I
like
can't
you.
actually see what's on screen, so yeah. My stream is like way delayed. I don't even know what surf. On my screen, the team battle just started,
Oh my
and
gosh.
now the surf fired
That
off.
was so
That's how
dumb.
delayed I am.
That was amazingly dumb.
The
Wait, you got Sonic guy's hair across his head? Do you?
yeah. The thing I wanted to say was that in the manga, the loose threads are not as glaring because, like, at the end of season 1 in the anime, like, things take a break at the very end. Like, it's supposed to be the end of a season, and it's like after the credits, you see the wall crumbling and there's a Titan inside, and fade to black, like it's a cliffhanger. In the manga, that happens right away, where everyone is out there to see it. Like, the sequence of events just flows straight into what is going to be season 2.
Yeah, but you still go.
So it's not like
You still go.
yeah. So
Chapter-
my problem is it's not an ending. It's more of it's more just a straight shot through the story. Whereas in the anime, it feels like an ending, and therefore you kind of feel like more should have been resolved within that chunk of the story.
Yeah, they
when it was.
clearly. I mean, from the beginning, this was definitely an anime where they really wanted and were hoping for a second season, but they had to wait until it was green. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, John. Like, there's so many loose ends. The show is just so many loose ends, but I don't know. Oh my gosh, the art in the manga is so bad. It's amazing.
Quality art.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird that we're not sure if you see him as a really good artist or a really bad artist.
It just
Oh
goes
no,
all over the-
he's kind of in that phase where a lot of popular mangas were at one point or another. Like if you go back.
No! Defender!
What?
Defender! What? No! Oh, God.
Defender!
Your starter die.
Yeah, my starter died. This is
Oh my
fuck double battles, man. This shit sucks. I hate this game.
Bad double battles.
You're bad at being sympathetic to my.
I know, right?
Oh man.
That was our starter.
What was I-
That was our starter, and I'm really sad about it. Thankfully, we do have good Pokemon
Oh,
in the.
wow.
Man, fuck Attack on Titan!
We thought Attack
You know,
on
it's
Titan
funny,
was bad
we start-
for
It knew we were talking about Attack on Titan, and suddenly everyone started dying.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
double
man.
bat
Did you seriously send out a bird against an electric type?
because he was confused, and I needed. Here's the thing: I needed to use Magnitude because it was the only way I could kill that I could kill both of them, and so Magnitude was a super. Magnitude wouldn't affect Hitchcock. Okay. What move? Charge? No, charge sucks. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Double battles can kiss my ass. Okay. Screw that shit.
No, they kicked it.
No. Okay. You know what? Catherine, why don't you do a Nuzlocke and see you do better, okay?
I don't have a 3DS that can stream.
You could stream not 3DS.
Check your privilege.
You could stream. You can play any. You can emulate Pokemon on any any PC. All right. All the way up to Gen 3, you can emulate Pokemon with no problem. I have to go teleport took me all the way back to Olivine. Shit. Okay, hold on a moment. Let's get our new team out.
Well, you could use the walk to grind.
No, I'd really rather just use repels and go back because trainers just give you so much more experience. Okay.
On that day, Ted received a grim reminder.
Okay. Losing your starter always sucks. It sucks hard. Okay, you go in there. Hug-a-bug. Those were two of my best Pokemon. Shit. Okay, who do we put in the team?
Jeff R sums it up. See, this shit right here is why I don't do Nuzlocke.
Okay, who do we put in? Okay, well, really, Racqueen's one of the only Pokemon of a suitable level to go on our team. Who else do we put on, though?
Racqueen's not gonna get much. She's kind of at her prime. She ain't gonna get much better as the game goes on.
Well, I don't have anybody else to really use at this point. Like, well, they're really underleveled.
I'm just saying.
They're really underleveled, but I kind of want to use one of the fighting types we already have. So I'm gonna put Prime Rib on our team. Yeah, because
Okay.
I hope
Naked
you have
Snake
another fire type.
asked-
No, he killed the Growlithe, so.
yeah,
Naked Snake asks, do you guys have a cosplay you've always wanted to do but couldn't for reasons other than not matching the character's physical appearance? Mine has been Blues Brothers since I haven't found any friends willing to be Jake Blues yet.
I plan on
No,
doing
because-
cosplay.
at some point. I want to. Well, Ryan, a long time ago, I remember you cosplaying as one of the Elric brothers.
I did as Ed once or twice, and it was just getting
Yeah.
too uncomfortable, so not anymore.
I would.
It's tough going around a convention in a undershirt, in a costume shirt, and in the jacket.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It can be uncomfortable if you're not willing to go with it. I want to go as Detective Gumshoe at some point. I just need a wig. And
Oh, that'd be a good one. For me,
Well, you know, I could always just bullshit and say that I'm going to a convention as Leon Kennedy. All I need to do is take.
Just
You
get a
fucking
leather
cheater.
jacket.
That doesn't count.
I've got the jacket.
I'm going as Lewis from Brain Scratch Commentaries.
I would say for me,
That offer for
I-
the Wish Phoebes are still up, by the way.
So I cosplayed as Catherine last year, and I'm cosplaying as Waver Velvet from Fate Zero this year. For me, one cosplay I'd really like to do, but it's going to take a lot of work to do it, is Olivia from Fire Emblem Awakening. But yeah, that would be a lot of work, and I'd probably need an actual sewing machine, which I don't have, because with Catherine, I bought things and then sewed things by hand when I needed to, but I would need an actual
So
sewing
Catherine.
machine for Olivia.
So Catherine.
Oof.
Yeah.
You were Catherine from
Yeah.
Catherine, right?
Yep, I was Catherine.
From Catherine?
Which one?
Exactly. I was the chief.
The answer to that is always yes.
Dude, I should seriously, I seriously would like to learn speedrun Catherine and just go to Games Done Quick, get into Games Done Quick, or try to at least. I know it's way harder now, and just be like, I'm Catherine, I'm dressed as Catherine, and I'm speedrunning Catherine. Are you
Yes.
confused yet?
Oh, we could
No,
catch
what
a
you need to do
Pokemon
is
in
have
Route
one of those
41
split.
too. I forgot. Okay.
What
Oh,
you-
oh wait, I
what
probably
you need to
already
do is
ran
one of those
into a
split,
Pokemon here. Sorry, I'm.
Dear.
Yeah. Sorry. I just realized that we ran. Oh. Oof, okay. I'm going to ask chat something. So we've probably already ran into a Pokemon in Route 41 because of repels not being good enough. But we just ran into this Mantine. Should I be, and this was going to be my quote-unquote first Pokemon in the route. Should I be able to catch the Mantine? I'm going to let chat decide. And if they say yes, I will. If they say no, I won't. So yeah.
Well, if it's not technically the first encounter, then you can't catch it.
Hold on. I'm gonna let chat decide because I'm not really sure what they.
The thing is, you can't actually remember if we ran into anything here.
Let's see.
Just
Some,
sort of
catch it. I want it. Catch it. Just do it. Okay. So I see a handful of no's, but there seems to be 2 yeses for every no.
Yes, yes, I'll favors it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna catch it. It's probably just gonna sit in the box anyway. So, don't worry too much about that. But yeah. Okay. The only reason why, if this were like a Tentacool or something, I wouldn't care. But Mantines are actually very rare encounters, unless if you get a call from one of the fishermen. So, that's why I brought it up. So yeah. Somebody was. What was that? Catherine, what the hell was that noise, Catherine?
Mantine's cute. Said he's cute.
That's good, Mantine.
Oh, I probably got cut off by this stupid program.
Oh, the
DC
Mantine's.
Dungeon Master confirms that his roster comment from earlier was about Pokken. So yeah.
Look,
And,
Mantine's face is kind of like
um,
he's either holding his breath or he's got too much food in his mouth.
He's bashful. He's bashful.
Also, DC Dungeon Master also says, I agree that TP is better than Ocarina of Time. Have you gotten to the Nightmare Fuel part after lifting the Twilight at Lake Hylia before going into the Water Temple?
Does it mean
And if
Twilight
so-
Princess or toilet paper?
I assume he's
It's
talking
more
about
toilet
Did you
paper.
get-
the cutscene with the spirit. I've seen that. It's pretty creepy. Like Link's face is pretty creeper in that in that scene. Oh shit. Okay, looks like we're not catching it anyway because I accidentally used Thunder Shock instead of Thunder Wave. I'm a dipshit.
Oh.
I am an
Oh, I pulled the trigger. Oh, the safety was off.
I am an absolute dipshit. Okay, well, looks like we're not-
Okay, well, I said you reflect on that. I got 2 more donation comments here. $10 from Aura Guardian ML. In memory of Defender and Hugabug, cue the Bravely Default Game Over theme. Bloody hell. I never heard of Bravely Default.
Are you going to get Bravely second, John?
I may get Bravely Tree Fitty.
Oh, and we just ran into another.
God damn you, Loch Ness monster!
We just ran into another Mantine. Do we catch it? Nah, no. Fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah, just catch it.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh wait, no, you killed it. Never
Okay,
mind.
well, no.
That's right. That's right.
Well, this Mantine just killed Prime Rib, so I am going to catch it. No.
What?
He used
It
wing.
killed
can't-
your Pokemon?
You can't catch it, Ted.
I tried to run away. He wasn't fast enough. He used wing attack. It was super effective. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I've noticed a theme with this Nuzlocke. I can go for like 3 sessions straight. No problems. Then I lose like 3 Pokemon at a time to something absolutely stupid. So, I really hope that doesn't end up being the recurring theme of this playthrough, because that would suck.
Already is this playthrough.
Okay, that's recurring means it happens multiple times, not just twice, Catherine.
I would say so. You lost to stupid things in the previous attempt too.
Well, shut up. You're dumb. I don't like it when you use logic to win an argument. So I'm just gonna say that you're dumb, which makes me feel better about myself. How does that sound?
It sounds like the internet.
Yeah.
It sounds like a $1 donation comment from Jay Bouliette97. I'm trying not to be that guy by complaining about how I already made 2 comments that were missed. Well, by saying that you're trying not to be that guy, you are retroactively being that guy. Anyways, has anyone played the Room Trilogy on iOS or Android? Highly recommend it. No, I have not. Is that the...
Nope.
I never even heard of it.
The what trilogy?
The Room.
Never heard of
The
it.
Room.
The Tommy Wiseau direct-to-video game adaptation.
So sick.
No, I haven't done a whole lot with my mobile phone. I might do some more once I manage to get Google Play Store on the Amazon tablet that I've gotten, if only so that I can see what the hardware specs are actually like beyond just reading comics with it. But,
Has that come in yet?
I don't know. No, it's because I ordered it on a Thursday for 2-day shipping. I would have either had to pay for Saturday shipping or wait for Monday, because apparently Saturday, despite being a business day, is a special day for UPS, and you need to pay extra to get deliveries done on it.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
We have a donation
So yeah, I
from
gotta wait till Monday.
Brian Shrode72. Alright guys, here's my last dollar towards the BSC Pizza Fund. I have 2 questions for Ted. 1, why are you such a fuck up? 2, when can we expect the all S-Ray Gall Red Green Run of Sonic Colors? It better be faster than Clements.
What's this is fucking entitled as bullshit.
Never. Okay. Okay, I very rarely go back to Sonic Colors. Like, I just don't ever feel in the mood to play it. If I'm in the mood to play a Sonic game, most of the time it's either Sonic Rush or Sonic Adventure 2. Which, I'm dirty, modern, casual, blah, 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 whatever. And even then, like, I don't think I've never done 180 emblems in SA2. And even then, I'd probably only do, like, 177 or what it is, so that I don't touch the Chow Garden. Catherine can help me with that, I guess.
I could do the Chow Garden.
Well, yeah. The thing about Sonic Colors is I think of it as a mostly 2D side-scrolling platformer, and I like those things. But there are other games in that genre I tend to go back to before Sonic Colors, and like even some other games that I've rarely played that I'm more inclined to play, like Pandemonium. Does anyone remember Pandemonium? Just me.
Is it the PS1 game?
No.
There's a gaming store in Boston called Pandemonium. That's pretty good stuff.
Pandemonium,
but I don't
PlayStation
think
1.
It was the chick, right? The one with the red hair or something like that, or
Nikki and Fargus and the puppet on a stick, whatever his name was. It's a Klonoa style 2.5D platformer where the camera and the level sort of twist around, but it's still fundamentally side-scrolling. A little bit faster paced and bouncier than Klonoa though. So if Klonoa didn't do it for you, Pandemonium almost certainly will. Although the first game doesn't have a game save function. That's how
in the
old school
PlayStation,
we're talking here.
does it have passwords, or is it just if you die?
It has passwords. It has passwords, but no game save function. So it's really early PlayStation.
Okay.
There was also a sequel, but I haven't played Pandemonium 2 yet. Actually, it's a fun game, and I feel more inclined to play that than Sonic Colors. It has great music, nice graphics for the time, and by for the time I mean almost as bad as Final Fantasy VII.
Honestly, I thought I liked the way Final Fantasy looks aesthetically. I know that doesn't make much sense, but like I know that it's aged horribly, but I like the way it looks.
Aesthetically, Pandemonium looks fine, but like Final Fantasy VII, it's aged horribly. Case in point, I got a nice good look at Nikki's character model in Pandemonium 1. Her legs aren't attached to her body at all, and it's not going for the Rayman effect. It's just not actually touching her skirt. Her legs are just sort of a separate massive polygons that are separated by a couple inches.
The true Pandemonium.
Yeah, it's it's a fun game though, and basically the plot of the game is you done shat the bed, go clean it up. Nikki casts a spell to entertain Fargus and winds up summoning a giant demon hand puppet, which in one bite devours an entire town, and they gotta go stop it.
Ted, are you ready for this?
More goddamn double battles. At the very least, I've got I made sure to pick a team that would be decent for double battles beforehand. And this, oddly enough, this battle seems way easier than the one before it, so, I don't even know what's going on here. Also, it's almost 7:45, so I think once we reach the Safari Zone, we're gonna call it a day. Because, we've been going for almost over an hour and a half, so, yeah.
Oh gosh, oh,
yeah,
I think someone said something in the comments about that this is a couple. Their type is young couple, and they've got an onyx cloister.
Yeah, that's intentional. You didn't notice that until now? Yeah,
I just noticed it myself.
Man,
Nice one, Game Freak.
good job. Good job there, Game Freak.
Well, that kind of visual joke making isn't totally uncommon in Japan, but it's a little bit more. It's a bit different in Japan because they're not allowed to make likenesses of those particular things, so
how the hell does SMT get away with having Mara actually be a penis? Like,
I don't know.
because it's not actual.
Anti-AI Allegiance. Anti-AI Allegiance is quoting Matt. That's reaching, not funny. No, dude, it's a fucking dick with a vagina. That's not reaching. It's pretty fucking blatant, dude.
Yeah, they go for that kind of stuff all the time, especially Atlas, and Mara isn't even the only one. There's a demon that has an opening in the front of its body that is pretty obviously a vagina.
oh yeah, that's like Arrock? No, God, I can't remember. It was a late game demon in Devil Survivor that could kiss my ass, for the record. There's actually multiple SMT demons with dicks for heads. I should just let you guys know.
Yeah.
Literal dickheads?
Yeah, basically. I forget there's like one that's like hanging onto a pole or something. It's very strange. But yeah, woot, I suppose. Anyway.
Okay. A couple more questions. Hey, John, between you, Elliot, and Matt, who gets to cosplay as Sly, Bentley, and Murray?
Oh, fucking no. I guess Elliot would be Sly. I'd be Bentley if only because of the boys, and Matt be Murray because he's the biggest one.
Well, you guys should do Sonic. You guys should do
also-
Sonic Heroes first before that, though. I think.
Nah, I'm alright.
So we
Don't
gotta
tear that game
repeat
apart.
Question. Hi guys, did you get a chance to see my luckless Yoshi shirt design? Oh, god damn it! The chat scrolled down and the message disappeared. Did you get a chance to see my luckless Yoshi shirt design based off of Ted's quote? Does it get the official BSC seal of approval? We have one of those. You guys get it off my. Guys,
I know we had a Ted seal of adequacy. I think it was.
Yeah, it was just me kind of going like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just shrugging your shoulders.
Yeah.
What's that noise? Something just beeped at me.
I did not see that sheet. I did not see that shirt design, by the way, dude. If you want to mention it on Twitter or go right ahead. Hopefully, I see it. There's no promises.
Have a donation
Alright.
from Reshiger. Well, there goes Ted's Steelix Slayer. Anyhow, Tech, can I ask you for some advice? I'm playing FE Conquest on hard mode,
What?
at the moment. Any tips for Chapter 12, the one with the annoying barrel mechanics?
Hard mode? Why would you do that to yourself, dude? Oh god, I can't remember. I've already beaten Conquest.
Conquest is already hard.
Yeah, I haven't. I beat the game just a couple of days ago, so I actually do not remember the chapters very specifically. The barrel mechanics. Oh god, I'm not really sure what that is. Hold on a moment. I'm actually going to do a quick FE Conquest Chapter 12. I'm gonna see if I can get if I can. Oh, there. Okay, I'm gonna look up a YouTube playthrough just so that I can see what the map looks like, and then I can, hopefully that'll spark enough memories for me to remember. But this video has an ad, so I gotta wait for the ad to finish. Anyway, I'll just get started on wrapping up since it's 7:45. This was a fun stream, just besides, you know, characters dying, which is sad.
Who did we lose? Fest.
Okay, let's. Okay, hold on. It's
You
not
lost Hug-a-Bug?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me look at my graveyard PC. Okay, so this part we lost Defender, our starter Quilava, and Hug-a-Bug, our Heracross, which are the main ones. I also lost Prime Rib, but he was pretty much just box filler anyway, so I'm not really too upset about that one. So yeah, these are real losses because that was our main fire type and that was our main fighting type Pokemon, and they were both great Pokemon too. So that's really, really sad.
Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Oh, the thing that threw me off about the chapter was that you said barrels and not. I always thought of them as pots. Oh god. Don't fight Ryoma. That's one tip. Really, other than that, I would say, really, make sure you have healers on hand and be very careful about when and where you break pots, because that can determine when enemies come through to you, and you really want to make sure that you're not get surrounded. If I was playing it more recently, I would be able to have better advice, but it's been a while, so that's really all that I've got. So yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Also, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by and for keeping me company, even though you guys are mean to me sometimes. That's okay. I
need to stop sucking.
Before we completely wrap up, DC Dungeon Master did ask, and we didn't get an actual answer for this. In Twilight Princess, have you gotten to the Nightmare Fuel part after lifting the Twilight at Lake Hylia before going into the Water Temple? And if so, did you get to the Midna Fields part after that? Hashtag Midna's Lament is best theme. Finally, Ryan, congrats on the Patreon, and Johnny, can you say, as Luigi or Bentley, you pick, God damn it, Ted, you had one.
God damn it, Ted! You had one job!
This isn't a job. Okay. This is just for fun. Also, no need to shout.
It's a job.
That's rude. Second off, I've played up to like the 5th dungeon in the game, so I've seen all those parts. Yes. Third off, this was fun. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Good night. Yeah.